Hello everyone, what's up? Strike here, and I am here with my Batman Arkham Origins Cold Heart DLC final thoughts and side missions for the DLC. And before I get into what I'm going to be talking about, like as my little review for Arkham Origins Cold Heart, let me just say that the video that you're watching, it's mostly all one recording, or was all one recording. It's going to be chopped up and edited so that everything is in order and makes sense. Well, not really chronological order, but you know, as you're seeing here, this is the first Anarchy thug thing, and then there's going to be the other 3 after it, and then I'm going to move on to like the Frozen Policemen, starting with number 9 out of 20, and then I'm going to be going on to the Anarchy tags. But before I get into my little review, let me just tell you that this video, this recording, ended up originally being an hour long, and that was because the Anarchy tags were a pain in the butt to find. I went all over this map several times looking for them, but I was looking in all the wrong places, and it took me a while to get them all, but I eventually did, and I edited it all out so you don't have to see this entire thing. But, yeah, that did take forever. Now, the Anarchy, thug operations were not very hard. All you gotta do is you gotta go up and you gotta beat them up, and 2 of them did include disarming bombs, as you will see. One of the cool things about it was the fourth and final one, over in the Diamond District, which you'll see last, but that was actually part of the original demo that was shown at E3 last year, which means that they had this DLC planned back then, which is kind of cool to know. But it's also kind of weird because GothCorp really wasn't in the Diamond District in the regular story, so why it isn't there, I have no idea. But maybe they hadn't decided on where to put it yet, or I don't know. But all I know is that okay, back to the Anarchy missions. I keep getting off track. The Anarchy missions. This one has a bomb, and it's only got about a minute left, but it's not like I don't get it. I didn't die a single time through my first playthrough of this, which is really good. Origins, when I first played it, I died a lot, which is kind of lame for me, but you know, whatever. This is what I was talking about. This was part of the actual demo, this little truck here, and then I had to go disarm a bomb thing on top of one of the buildings. And when you see it, I gotta figure out the code. I didn't know what I was doing here, but you'll see that it's like the remote trigger thing that I have to go disarm after I get this thing done is way on top of the Soda Kohler building, and I freaking had to
damn it, the bombs are still
grapple
active.
up there twice because the first time I like hit a wall, but it wouldn't let me like glide off of it or something. You'll see in a sec. I am trying to find which way to go first of all because I didn't know what to do because this was my first time doing it. But as you'll see, I fail to get up the building and I fall all the way down to the street because of the grapple gun. Didn't want to grapple onto anything from where I was. You'll see it. I'm going the wrong way. Alright, it's right around here, I think. I grapple onto this, and I try to get over here, but I hit this, I let go of my glide, and I fall all the way down to the ground level, which really sucked. But, yeah, anyway, let me get on to, my little review. Actually, I'm going to hold off on that until I get to just so you know, when I start the cops, saving the cops that are encased in ice, I started with number 9 because I got 8 of them during the actual story playthrough.
That should do it.
But I unlocked the quick fire thermal battery, which is cool. But onto the story. It did take the origin of Mr. Freeze from Batman the Animated Series, but it gave it a Arkham treatment to it, which was really nice because you know, the Arkham series has always been like my favorite version of Batman, and for it to finally show us the intro or the origin for Mr. Freeze is just really cool. Now, my favorite part of this entire thing is probably just Wayne Manor, even though it feels very rushed, like, it felt very rushed, like, you know, as soon as you get to your first gameplay, you're already fighting people, and then right after that, Alfred is like, you need to go put on the bat suit, and then it just cuts to Bruce Wayne going into, you know, to his secret lair, but just exploring Wayne Manor finally in a story, DLC even, is just awesome, because we only got some challenge maps back in Arkham City. But, and I'm kind of upset that they didn't even use any of the rooms from Arkham City that we got to see there in this, because that would have been really cool, but, you know, whatever. Another thing I really liked is that we finally get to go from Wayne Manor to the Batcave. That was really cool. My only complaint about this whole Wayne Manor Batcave thing is that we don't get to go back to Wayne Manor or the Batcave in this. We are stuck in South Gotham, the Coventry, and the Diamond District. We can't go back, and that's just a bummer. It would just be really cool if, you know, it would just as a bonus, you could, if you wanted to, you could go back to Wayne Manor, or you could go back to the Batcave, go back into Bruce Wayne, and then explore Wayne Manor, at least the areas that were, you know, explored in this story DLC. But I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to go ahead and say that that was my favorite overall part. Now, I didn't really care for the whole GothCorp, even the South Gotham stuff. I don't know what it is, but it just looks weird. The detective mode almost looks different from the regular story. I could be wrong, because I haven't actually played the regular story in about a couple of, I don't know, 5 days maybe. But from what I remember, it didn't look as bad. And I don't know if it's just the sky texture that they used. It kind of gives it this brown, golden, like, feeling to it, which is just kind of weird. And, you know, that's okay, I guess, but it just makes the detective mode all the more weird. And it may just be that the detective mode doesn't even, like, regularly detect the sky the right way. It could just be that the sky, at least I think that they may have forgotten to detective mode the sky, if that's possible. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but it just, when you're in detective mode, it just looks like the regular night sky. But that's okay. Now, I really liked Mr. Freeze. I think he was awesome in this game. His suit was really cool. It's not as cool as his Arkham City suit, but it does show you that this was made in his lab after Nora was, you know, kidnapped, and he had turned into Mr. Freeze. He had to build the suit with stuff in his lab, so that's why it's big and bulky. And he's got the, I do like how he's got the freeze cannon attached to his arm, though. I think that's just insanely cool. Kind of got like a cyborg thing going on there. His face looked a lot different than it did in Arkham City. You know, he doesn't have to look exactly like he did in Arkham City. I mean, I understand it's early on, like Penguin. He's got more hair, and he doesn't have the bottom of the bottle that he had in Arkham City stuck in his eye. Bruce Wayne looks kind of different because, I don't know, he just looks younger, he looks tanner. He's got, like, his chin kind of, like, it pops out of his face more, I want to say. What else? Obviously, Jim Gordon was different. He looked a lot younger, and he had orange hair. That's, you know, different. Just stuff like that can make, you know, a big difference. But Mr. Freeze, he looks more muscular almost. Like, it almost doesn't look like the same body structure that he has. Okay, here's the final Frozen Cop. I don't remember what you unlocked from getting these guys. I don't even know if it tells you. Shockwave something. Ice Escape Shockwave? I couldn't tell. It's too small while I'm recording this, but yeah, it doesn't tell you in the menu, by the way, what upgrades you get once you beat these side missions. It just makes you, if you don't see it, you gotta guess. I know for sure One of them was the quick fire thermal batarangs. One of them just said, like, what did it say? It only said, like, thermal glove upgrade. Like, that's literally pretty much what it said. I had no clue what it did, but I didn't get to play it in the story. And by the way, if you don't do these things, these free roam missions, before you beat the story, you don't get a really good chance to use them. That ice thing, I don't know if it like helps you break out of ice quicker, but if you beat the story, then the story DLC, sorry. If you beat that, then if you beat Cold Heart, you basically don't get to use it. So it's kind of lame. An upgrade you can't really use. It's not like you get challenge maps with this bat suit. That would have been nice. But, you know, it just kind of screws you over and says, hey, if you unlock something, screw you. That's kind of annoying on my end. But anyway, back to reviewing the story DLC. Gothcorp was okay. Ferris Boyle, you know, at first he's trying to be like, you know, such a sap, like, oh, you know, people caring for people. That's why I did Gothcorp, you know, the people company. And then he just turns into like evil Mitt Romney, basically, like I was saying during the main story walkthrough. Like, he looked like Mitt Romney. I don't know if that's like a political comment or anything, but yeah, he turns out to be a phony, and, you know, he screws over Freeze, and then they all go to jail. One thing I really didn't care for in the story DLC, and I haven't talked upon much yet, is the bat suit you get. This bat suit that Batman is wearing, it's not that great. The XE suit, it looks really awkward and bulky, and I mean, you know, you would hear that a crossover between Batman and Iron Man would look cool, but no, it doesn't. It's not really that great. I mean, it doesn't have very many different features than the regular Batsuit. I mean, it's pretty much the exact same mechanics, only you get the thermal batarangs, which is a plus. But other than that, it just gives you the thermal gloves and replace that. All they do is they just replace the stupid shock gloves, so I don't really see the whole point of it. And the worst part about this is that I thought when I first saw this, you know, it doesn't look that cool, but at least we'll be going to get go on head to head with Mr. Freeze. Instead, he can do less with this suit, this thermal extreme environment bat suit, than he could in his normal bat suit in Arkham City. That just ticks me off because, you know, his suit in Arkham City, you know, Batman is like, Batman says in Arkham City, I pretty much can't go head to head with Mr. Freeze. And if you think about it, that's what he does. I mean, he's still got to be Predator about it, but, you know, he slams down on him, and he can sneak up behind him and use the great takedowns and wall takedowns and all that stuff. And then he runs up to him and beats the crap out of him. In this, all you gotta do is drop icicles on him, and you can do wall. As far as I could tell, you could only do 2 things. You could probably do more, but I haven't gone through this enough times to try them all out. Let's see what I did. I dropped icicles on him, and I did 1 wall smash takedown on him. That was it. That's all I did on Mr. Freeze. That's all you really could do, because if you landed near him and he just slightly turns around and sees you, you're screwed. He runs after you, and he will freeze you up, and it gets annoying. I actually did it, I've gone through it a second time already, and I try to go more head-on, like head-to-head with Freeze, but he would keep like turning around, or somehow he would hear me, like maybe I'd make a wrong move and he would like turn at the wrong moment and see me or something like that, and he would just come after me and freeze me up, and that's literally all I could do. In Arkham City, the freeze gun just hurt you, which, you know, it just hurt you. It took away your health. And this, he freezes you, and of course, if there are guys with guns running around, if he freezes you, they can shoot you and crap. It's like, seriously? The boss fight, needless to say, the boss fight with Mr. Freeze was probably the least impressive part of this DLC. I don't want to say that this DLC is bad by any means, because I did enjoy it. I enjoyed watching it. The story is good. It's not perfect, like I said, but it's not horrible. I mean, that's pretty much the theme with this Arkham Origins game, excluding multiplayer at least. It's not Arkham City good, but it's not like it's the worst game in the world. Now, sometimes it's so flawed, and I go through so much crap that I keep telling myself this is the worst game in the world, but honestly, it's not. It's actually a good game, and I do recommend it. Um, Now that it's getting cheaper, I do recommend it. If the story DLC is probably the best thing you're gonna get out of the season pass, aside from like the skins. Um, I heard, I read already read one other review that said that the season pass was a bunch of bullcrap because they hated the person who was reviewing it. Pretty much hated. I guess he just hated initiation and the skin packs that we got. Now I don't think the skin packs are all that great because they pretty much just give you skins that you really should have either unlocked in the story, because there are skins included in skin packs that are literally just skins you can unlock in story, um, which is just kind of lame if you ask me. Like, are you seriously that cheap that you don't want to make new skins? I mean, you got Robin skins. Some skins were like, you know, I mean, okay, let's try to think about this. When you got the season pass, you got two skins. You got the Gotham by Gaslight skin, which is really bulky and weird looking. I don't really care for it. Then you get the Brightest Day Batman skin, which is really cool, and I love that skin because it's so bizarre just seeing a white Batman. And then there are two skin packs. One of them, I don't know exactly what they include, but I know one of them includes the first appearance skin. I can kind of understand that, but the thing about that is that I pre-ordered the collector's edition, so I ended up getting the skin. I ended up getting that skin with you know, my collector's edition. You know, like I said, when I pre-ordered the game. And that's, you know, one of them. I can kind of understand that because not everyone got a collector's edition. And I'm sure if they didn't release that, you know, people would be like, oh, that's just bogus. Why couldn't they just do that? You know, I understand that. And I know that there are other skins, though, that are just unlockables in the main game. Like, just beating the story, I believe, gives you the Noel skin, and apparently that was included in a skin pack. Like, seriously, that needs to be in a skin pack. Hold on, let me actually go through the actual skins in the game. Oh, here's a big one. The Blackest Night Batman skin was you could unlock that by just prestiging in multiplayer. All you got to do is play on Bane's team enough, play as Joker's team enough, and play as the heroes enough. Get all three of your ranks to level 30, and that's how you unlock the Blackest Night skin. Not too hard, but I barely can understand why that would need to be in a skin pack. I mean, I guess if you don't really like the multiplayer, or you don't have Xbox, well, if you don't have Xbox Live, how are you going to buy the skin pack? But, like, if you don't like the multiplayer, or you just can't stand to play it, I can sort of understand that. Long Halloween Batman, that was included in a exclusive pre-order skin pack. I can understand that because, you know, I don't remember what store it was attached to. There was a certain skin pack. I believe it was like the New Millennium skin pack or something. It was exclusive with a pre-order of one of the games, but it ended up giving you the, maybe even in Walmart. But it gave you the Long Halloween suit and a couple of others. Red Sun Batman, I can't remember how you unlocked that one. I think that might have been like a mobile game unlock, but Gotham by Gaslight, that's a season pass. New 52 you got from unlocking all of the Enigma data packs. and that's not too hard. I believe that one was included in a skin pack. Again, not really needed. I know not everyone's going to finish the game, but it's not too hard to do so if you know what you're doing. The New 52 Metallic Batman's a different story, though. All you got to do to get that one was never released in a skin pack. This is probably the rarest Batman skin. I've already done a video about this, so you can go to my channel and check that out if you want, but there's that. The Noel skin I already mentioned, that you just get that one from beating the story, I think. So that one's should not be too hard at all. The 1 million skin you got from just signing up with a Warner Brothers ID account, and then with this game you unlock that skin. I believe that one was included in a skin pack as well. Again, that's not really needed. Dark Knight of the Round Table was included with the Long Halloween skin in the exclusive skin pack. Same with Thrill Killer, and the two Dark Knight. There are two other skins. The Dark Knight skin, that one's a pain in the butt to get because you got to beat the Dark Knight track, and I hate that stupid system, but I'm not going to review that right now. Look at this. I've gone from Arkham Origins Cold Cold Heart to all the skins. Anyway, like I said, first appearance Batman I sort of understand because that was exclusive with the collector's edition. Brightest Day, that just came with the season pass. Earth 2 Batman and Earth 2 Dark Knight, those were included in an exclusive skin pack, so those are excused. And Injustice you can get from buying a comic on a Apple phone or beating all the challenge maps. So that just left us with, I think the skin pack consisted of first appearance Batman, 1 million, Noel, New 52, and I don't remember if Red Sun was included in it. But then there was Blackest Night, and then I believe there was like a Robin skin included with that. You can unlock most of those skins in the game. I can understand like the Robin, but there's really no need for that. That's just kind of stupid and pointless. But yeah, that concludes my long freaking rant about skins. I don't know how I got here, but whoopee. How did I get on that topic? I don't remember how I started talking about that, but anyway, it's my little rant about skins. I got way off topic. Anyway, yeah, okay, Arkham Origins Cold Cold Heart, if I had to give it an overall rating out of 10, I would probably give it an 8. It did some things that I really liked, just like the story, but, you know, it's shorter. It's a bit longer than Harley Quinn's Revenge, and you get free roam along with it. It even has its own little menu thing. It's kind of dumb, though, because, like, you get 4 game saves for Arkham Origins, and each one will have Cold Cold Heart under the main story, and, when you click on the Cold Cold Heart, it takes you to another menu where it says Start New Game or Continue, depending on whether you've started a new game or not. But okay, let's say you beat it once. You go back in there and it says Start New Game. It's basically asking you if you want to reset your progress, which you don't want to do, unless you just really don't care or whatever. But you can always just go to a second or third game save and start a new one. But some of your gadgets depend on whether you've unlocked. I don't know if this is true or not, but like in Harley Quinn's Revenge, let's say you started a new Arkham City game save and you just went straight to the Harley Quinn's Revenge button instead of the Start New Story button, you would pretty much just get what you get at the start of Arkham City, the main story with Harley Quinn's Revenge, which is really crappy, and I do not suggest you do that, because the story DLCs are always a more condensed version of the regular story, and you should probably beat the regular story if you haven't, before you start the DLC story. But that is really all I was going to talk about. I hope you've enjoyed the side missions and free roam in Arkham Origins Cold Cold Heart. And that's another cool thing, you get free roam. There's not a whole lot to do once you beat all the free roam stuff, but hey, you get to run around in a silly looking bat suit, so yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Sorry I got way off topic with the stupid skin packs, but yeah, okay, I guess this is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, if you even watched it. If you haven't seen my Cold Heart story add-on walkthrough thing, go check that out. You probably should have watched it before you came here, but hopefully you've either watched my videos or played through it. So yeah. Yeah, that's all I have for this video. Stay tuned. I'm probably just going to go ahead and, I'm not sure when, but I'm probably going to go through all of the other Arkham series stories in preparation for Arkham Knight coming out this October. Hopefully, if it's still coming out. Once again, it was postponed. I did another video on that. Go check that out. But yeah, until that news is confirmed, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's coming out this October. So I will be doing soon the other Arkham games as well, redoing them because I had done them in the past just without commentary, which is really boring if you already own the game. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Doodles.